What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for a loading screen in Banner Saga 2. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And it looks like we're actually swapping groups again. In the previous episodes, we had met up with some centaurs and made some friends and also some enemies. I mean, like half the centaurs didn't seem so stoked about us. The other 2 or 3 seem pretty cool, though. I get the feeling that we just sided with the red faction on their stuff. Straight to the Fain depths with this unending snowstorm. Wait, did you hear that? Probably it's that paunch of yours rumbling again. Oh, it's an ambush. We got friends up in here. Okay. Did I do this battle already? I feel like I did this battle already. I think my game might have gotten confused where we were at. And so we've got Bulwark right now. What do I want to do with Bulwark? Well, I mean, I suppose I can just get up in here. As long as he's not perpendicular right there, I think his attack should work out okay. What did Call the Weak do again? Let's see. Killing Blow, oh, you get an extra turn. Okay, no, don't do that right now. Absolutely not. I'll probably go all in on this guy just to get his strength all nice and beat down. Man, they are dogpiling on my axe thrower right now, ain't they? Alright. I don't exactly know. This deployment is unfortunate, too. This deployment is very unfortunate. Can't get anything done right there. Yeah, we're just going to have to waste a turn on this side. I like how she walks like with a little skip and a jump in there, though. You can tell that she's happy about being on the battlefield and potentially committing some kind of dredge murder. I don't know. Seems like she's happy to me anyways. I'll move him over to here. How far can he throw an axe? Can he throw it over to there? Oh, he can't throw an axe over to there. Well, ain't that something special. Well, fine then. I don't want you to do anything this turn anyways. I can tell there's going to be warm-up time on this one. It's been a good week since I played the game last, so please bear with me as I try to get my shit sorted one more time. On this side, I don't know if I want him to... Oh, they got those little thingies down here, too. I didn't see those. Okay, those weird little Cthulhu monsters down at the bottom. I swear to God, I already did this. This is an interesting situation for me. Well... sprint off to this side, and we'll do like a little love tap right there, just to make sure that the armor isn't too messed up. He's going to sling at us, though, and it's going to deal damage. Probably not much unless he willpowers it. On this side, we're going all in on that dredge right there, so as to force him to attack with much less... Oh, Jesus. Okay, that thing went further than I thought it would, too. We got issues. We got issues, bruh. Alright, so I don't want to do that. I wanted to do the killing blow thing. Call the Weak, strength damage minus whatever. So what is his strength damage right now? He's doing 11 on 8. That should be a kill. It's minus 2. So he's doing 3 minus 2. Yeah, we got to tap that up a little bit. Got to make that a little bit stronger. You got to do the math. You got to do the math. Otherwise, you're going to get caught up in the arithmetic. See, I almost made a mistake right there. I almost messed up bad. We got plenty of random, like... willpower left over, so I'm just going to spam that ish and hope that it comes out on our side. Over here, got to get started on this little twerp just to make sure that he can't get through the armor. It looks like they've actually got sizable reinforcements coming through. You, sir, I want you to go to there and axe storm this guy. We'll go rank 2, and we'll just kind of see what kind of... Oh! Deflection on the first throw. That is something to consider. Okay, well, never mind then. I'll probably just have our resident old man ain't got no will. Oh, that's right. He got that thing on him. He's got that thing where, yeah, he's got blind on him right now where he can't use any willpower. So that's a little bit troublesome too. I guess we'll send out a shiv on that side and hope that it works out for us. Oh, they're making mistakes right now. They're making this too easy. All right, so give me a Tempest here. You've got 9 left over. That means you do 4 to each of them and 1 to him. I think I'm okay with it. Oh, yeah, bump it up a little bit, too. Make that thing happen. There we go. Lower some of that strength. Make sure that he's not the threat that I don't want him to be. On this side... Ooh, that's a dangerous position for him, though. Let's go here. We're going to go Call the Weak on that side, and that's going to be 3 minus 2 again, so I got to step that up by 1. That one's down. And then on this side, we'll do the exact same thing, Call the Weak, and that should be a kill. Wow, he's just wading through these dudes. This is amazing. This is seriously, like, good shit for us. This is really, really good shit for us. And then I can just go in on this guy and not even have to worry about it. So there's a little bit more damage. He's now marginalized and combat ineffective. I am a tiny bit worried about our friend over here, and so I'm going to jump in on this side, and he's going to need an assist. I don't think he's going to be able to make it all on his lonesome. Let's get 3 damage out right there. That'll lower it to 7, which makes them have a much lower chance of hitting. A little bit of damage done right there, but all in all, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there 6 to 8. Whew. What do I want to do here? I need to keep that corridor open. Ooh. Oh my god. Against all odds. This dude over here just dealing it damage. Okay. We got them down to 2 and 1. Part of me just wants to let them run around and do their thing, but then the other part of me wants to win this decisively. Like hardcore, like get up in there with the shivs and just make it happen. Let's do a little bit of damage right there. So there's a backstab. When somebody dies, isn't he supposed to like give us some will? What is that thing doing? Oh, it just went all invisible mode. That's not good. I'm just going to say to Tempest it up again, in all honesty. And he only has 2 adjacent enemies, so there's no point spending all that. Just keep that health ticking down, and we got a little bit of bounce damage right there, so that's good. That leaves me with not a lot over here. He can hit that one for 3. With Cole the Weak, he can do strength -2, so he's sitting at 11. He's at 8, so that's the one we need, actually. So there it is. Man, Bolverk is a boss. I didn't realize how good this guy is. This guy is... he's a machine. This guy's getting in here and, like, making babies cry and whatnot. I'm just going to have him hit for normal damage right there. God, 3 and 3. What a hog. This dude is my... oh, man, they're going invisible again. I don't know if they... I don't think I've ever given them the chance to show me what happens when they go invisible long term. I'm not so sure that I'm clarified on that point, so we might learn this the hard way. I got my axe thrower over here. I think they jump out when you walk past him or something. I think. I can get him with the axe throw. He's at 8. We're at 6. Yeah, go for it. Whatever. We got willpower. We got 2 off right there, which is better than what we would have done with the default attack, so I'm not actually that upset about it. I'm going to bring him over here, and what does his taunt do? Forces an enemy back in initiative. Oh, I don't really care about that. He's going to come out of stealth with the stealth jack right there. But both of their healths are pretty low, so he should be able to defend himself perfectly fine against them. I would like to get him leveled up and kind of just see what happens as we get him better and better and better. He can only deal 1 damage because their armor's too high, so we're probably going to want to stick with... no, we can't stick with the Tempest, so that's a bad call. Let's go ahead and get the kill right there. Feed him a little bit more XP. Little damage to Bolverk, but it's not going to stop him. It's not going to change this. Like, this is happening either way, so let's go with Cole the Weak. He's got 8 armor, which means we need a 2 right there. Perfecto. Bring him back around to mess around with one of these little dudes. I actually think I've been underutilizing him the last couple fights. Or, like, if his strength gets lowered, like, right at the beginning, it becomes one of those things where... we did good on that fight. I feel good about that one. I feel like I was attacking to spec. I feel alright about it. And everybody got some kills, too. That's the next good part, is that everybody got a little bit of something in there. I've got a tiny bit of damage I could do on that side, and there's his kills so that we can try to feed him some kind of promotion. And we get our Viking war song. The foes lying dead at your feet regret ever crossing your path if they were still living. We got a bunch of promotion. Well, 1 promotion. Okay, not a bunch. That would be a pretty sorry bunch right there. If somebody said, here's a bunch of grapes, and they handed me 1 grape, I'd be like, that's not a bunch. You grab a raven that's running by you. I want every one of our fighters ready to move. Now, set a post inside these gates for them to wait for me. The fighter nods and takes off to find everyone. Where's that Fain Valka? Maybe up on the wall. The Fain Valka is here. Valka Zephyr, I've never heard you speak like that. The silent appearance of the 2 menders surprises you. You were outside the walls. What did you see? Dredge scouts. I'd wager my axes there's an army of them coming this way. The young mender's eyes go wide as he stares at Claw and Fang. And if that's true, they'll level the place. The storm must have hidden their approach. Or kept them at bay. But why are they here? Why now? She looks high out of her mind. She's definitely been hitting the dro. I don't care. We're heading for the mountains. Although everybody's got kind of a red tinge to their eyes. I don't know. Maybe they got crazy Viking weed. But the Ravens could take on all those dredge, especially with a Valka's help. Like that time in River Rake when you helped Falca Fiorin. I'd forgotten about that. Nickel's eyes light up. It was you, Fiorin, and a handful of ravens tracking down the bandit who calls himself the Draugr of Dengler. The river, the Draugr of Dengler. He's got the alliteration, I'll give him that. A war horn blares across the town. The army of dredge you suspected is real. Nichols, find Gudmundur. Have his guards try to calm the people and bring them to meet us at the barn with the cart. The young mender follows orders without question. It's not a bad quality. The cart's not your business. I disagree. A dead Valka gives you a cart to hide in the deepest recess of a river and suddenly an army of dredge appears? If you haven't already tried, I doubt you'd be able to open it. If it's woven shut, as I suspect, I'm the only one here who can open it. We told you, Juno's not dead. We were just traveling with her. Let me tell you something that compromises my position as a Valka. The Juno who I knew, who the entire council knew, was put to death by us, the council. You killed one of your own. It's a very rare sentence reserved only for the worst offenses. Altering people's minds, their thoughts is one such offense. Falca goes quiet and looks at you. She tried something on me, but it didn't really work. Because it wasn't Juno. It couldn't be, could it? Whoever it was got mercenaries to bring that cart here for free. Subtle. Regardless, Juno was put to death and Avon was imprisoned. In his grief, he escaped and stole away with Juno's body, but for what purpose is anyone's guess. So no, you will not be paid by the council for a job issued by a Valka whose life we ended. Your irritation is rising when another war horn sounds. 2 horns means a large force approaches. Collect what you need and hurry to the barn. It's time we discover why you're really here. Oh no. Got somebody that's like a skin stealer. The last dredge falls and you pause, taking in heavy breaths. The snow is finally abating and the storm is moving south. Let's get inside the gates, you say. We've got a market, so I think this would be a pretty solid time for us to go in. 1 renown only gets 1, though. 1 renown begets 1 food, if you wanted to put it in the biblical sense. The Clasp of Kine. The unassuming copper and bronze cloak pin throws... Oh, really? 3 all talent ranks, 1 will per turn. But you gotta be level 10 to use it. The Hope of the Gods. A thin hide decorated in strange, colorful designs enlightens those who gaze at it. So it's like a lesser version of that guy right there, and plus it doesn't give you the... Wow, that's a really good item. That's like crazy good. We've got 17 days worth of supplies. Unless something goes really, really wrong, I'm feeling okay about it. Your attacks are never deflected. Wow, that's actually pretty good. You wouldn't think that it is, but that's not terrible. And then we've got that, which is +3 to willpower. Let me see what I can do here. We've got the barn and we've got the market, and that's it. Okay, I wanted to see if there was a training field available, so maybe we could farm up some stuff. Let's take that down to... Okay, so 41. There's no training field, so I'll have to do my training on the level up screen before we go into battle. Trying to make a solid choice here. The Clasp of Kine is so good that it's hard to deny. That thing is solid as hell. The 1 armor per turn, the 1 willpower per turn is gnarly, especially if you end up with low morale later on in the game. That kind of shit could be a major game changer for a character that relies heavily on it, namely Bulwark. Although the Sunstone would work well with him too, because then even if his strength is knocked down, he can deal 2 damage every single time he goes into combat. I'm going to need to save some renown for level ups. There's no point having amazing gear if nobody's going to be able to level up and use it. I don't know if I want it that badly. Alright, let's back up for a second, and then we'll go to the barn. The smell of hay and yak's dung is heavy as you enter the stout wooden barn. They just called the barn fat, and the barn doesn't even know it. It's been insulted and it has no idea. Zephyr and Nichols are talking in hushed tones to the guard captain Gudmundur, who glances at the large cart nervously. Everyone knows why we're here, she says. I do not believe in coincidences, but I cannot begin to imagine what would draw an army of dredge to Bindal besides the contents of this cart. She moves her spear in intricate motions, occasionally shaking her head and starting over. Finally, she looks at you to open it. No. You've got to be kidding me. The sight of the Sunder Bellower's body in the cart silences everyone but you. You howl as the memory of a dream tears through your mind and drops you to a knee. A strange tower of white stone. Lightning, fear, confusion, distrust. There was a wrongness about it all. Bolverk! Hey! Folka's voice draws you from your dream as she's shaking you by the straps of your cloak and everyone is watching. Another dream? She asks. Your eyes finally focus on hers. A white stone tower. Lightning. What are you talking about? Zephyr asks, pulling away from the cart. Her tone is full of concern. I saw a tower and lightning. I don't really know what I saw. The Valka pauses briefly before shrugging. This is unexpected, Zephyr says. The Valka looks unaccustomed to surprises. Gudmundur, continue your task. Nichols, take some fighters and open the mine. Keep that path clear at all costs. As both men begin to leave, she points to the cart and shouts, Not a word of this! They nod on their way out. She turns to you and Folka. This cart, I'm not sure why they are attacking, but if the dredge recapture Bellower, he's dead. Who cares if they take him? He cannot die. His immortality is more than rumor. Dredge lives have no natural end, but they can be killed, all except the immortal Sunder, Bellower. They live forever? Zephyr nods, but looks lost in thought. What happens if the dredge recapture him? Without a doubt, they would wake him. He would have an army already fielded. And his wrath would be unmatched. Your thoughts turn to the destruction at the Battle of Borsgard. The storm to the south and the dredge army to the north leaves with one way out. The mines. Wait, our way out is to sit in a hole in the ground? The Valka have pathways there that will grant us escape, but with all of these people it would be very difficult. What can I do to help? I'll put the ravens to work. What did you have in mind? Both Zephyr and Folka look surprised by your response, but the Valka recovers quickly. It will only take the dredge a couple of hours to fully prepare their assault. We need to move food and people to the mine. Help load carts near the gates or warn the families in the houses of our immediate departure. Without waiting for a response, Zephyr hurries away. I've never known you to offer help like that. I thought we would search the Great Hall for whatever we could find, but you might be too honest for that now. You give her a look that requests silence. It demands silence. I don't request. Great Hall and the gate and the houses. Let's pick through the Great Hall. You choose a few ravens of the half that are around to join you on your investigation of the Great Hall. The front door might be the easiest, Folka says, but we could lift someone onto the roof and he'd be in under an eave without trouble. You give it some thought. Didn't realize you were the thieving type. My family always worked hard for everything, and so have I, Folka says. We gave almost everything to a Jarl who grew fat from never working. She looks at the Great Hall. I figure we take something from a place like this, and we've probably earned it somehow. Right or wrong, she believes what she says. Alright, we'll try it your way. Mogan, you're up. You practically toss the man onto the snow-covered roof, and he slips a few times before making it under an eave. Time passes without any sign of him, but one of the ravens warns you that a group is coming out the front. Let's go, you order, and all of you return to the raven's post minus Mogan. A short time later, you're surprised by who approaches. Gudmundur and his guards march up with half a dozen bound ravens. Your birds were trying to take things from the Great Hall that don't belong to them, he says, and you say nothing. You and your fighters could have really helped us today, says the guard captain, but you don't do anything without payment. In different times, I'd have killed those pathetic thieves, but we need fighters for whatever's coming. He looks at you. We should all get to the mines. At the mine, Mogan rejoins you. Had to hide until everybody clears out. Hopefully this sets us straight for the whole card issue, huh? He hands you something before entering the mine. The green ichor. Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this for a second. The mine shaft is cramped, and more than once your broken horns knock against the rough ceiling or a timber. You follow Valka Zephyr at the head of the caravan. She is lighting one of the many bracketed torches along the way when shouts from the mouth of the mine reach you. Dredge! The gate in the town did nothing to halt their advance. Gudmundur and his men will slow them, Zephyr says, but it may not be enough. They have orders to collapse the opening if they're overwhelmed. Will you help them? Alright, ravens, back to the top. The way I see it, my justification for this decision is that they die, we die. I'm acting very self-centered. I'm trying to play the character. I'm trying to RP right now because I don't think that Bolverk would do this if he didn't know that his own hide was at stake and the protection of his men was to go. So, to the top, let's do this thing. Fighters are needed where the fight is to be held. Heading up the mine shaft is like swimming against a current. Frightened villagers push forward and you barely have room to get past the yaks and cart. Gudmundur, in his grim manner, looks pleased to see you. No real plan, he says. Just kill as many as you can. The ravens around you smile at his words and begin to chant. We have a benefit here by comparison to Rook's group, where these guys are hardened killers. That's like these guys' job is to kill shit. And so we are warriors by comparison to them, who are basically cobbled together civilians who have just been through a lot of shit. The Raid Master has Stonewall. He can resist damage, so he's got the exact same ability that, what's-his-name has. Blonde kid. Got a promotion on this side. I'm going to say that that's probably a wise idea. It's going to cost 13. That's going to take him up to rank 6. Bear Rage, or he can have just Bear Rage. He's in a fury, terrifying nearby enemies and sending them fleeing. Affected enemies are so shaken they suffer a penalty to their defense for 1 turn. He also counterattacks anybody who attacks him. Okay, not bad. He's lined up for a ton of promotions, so, you know. Let's focus on strength for him right now. That seems to be his strong point, and I found that if you min-max characters in this game, you tend to come out on top a little bit better. Who else needs a promotion? She's rank 4. Spar is rank 3. Krumir is rank 5. Sigbjorn is rank 5. Mogan is rank 3. Bercy is a 4. Ollie is a 4. What do I have that I can put in here? We've got Weed, Pipe Plant, 3 will on rest, armor on rest, plus 1 will. We have the Green Ichor, range distance, and 2 talent breaks. Some of this stuff we're just going to have to sit on for a bit. I'm going to give him the Dragon Stone since I'm constantly using him to one-shot fools and get bonus turns. He's going to need it. Especially since a lot of the time I've got to edge that a little bit. I've got to use willpower in order to get the kill off. I think the next person that I'd like to level up, probably Mogan. For Mogan, let's go 1 in right there to make him a little bit more resilient, and from that on out, we're going to focus on willpower for him. Do we have anything available for him to equip? We do not. All right. Well, let's get our party arranged here. I think we have to take Gudmundur, so we're a little bit in trouble right there. I'm going to bring Krumir. I'm going to bring Sigbjorn. Oh, we have Nichols and Zephyr, too. What do they do? He's got Mend, which is a pretty good ability, all things considered. What does Zephyr have? She's got Runic Gale. Mender creates a magically infused zone within which concentrated areas of power form. Anyone who steps through one of these concentrations gets a burst of power for 1 turn. Possible buffs include 3 willpower, 3 strength damage, 3... Oh, it's random. And then she's also got Mend. I wish we had that lightning ability. I really sincerely do. Bring Mogan. Let's bring Ollie. I like Ollie's ability. It tends to turn out pretty well for us, especially if we can get a good lineup. That's going to be it for this episode. We don't have time to get the battle going, so my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Banner Saga 2. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to have you all here, and I very much welcome you to join me for the next episode. I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping on in, and next time the horn is going to blow, and we are going to let them know that they can go back out the way that they came. Bye, everybody.